The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
And welcome back. Blades of the Dark is here again. I'm Tis, and I will be GM for tonight's return of the Obsidian Syndicate. And I'm joined by 3 wonderful returning players and 1 hopefully wonderful new player. Before we get rolling with our recap and into the game, I'll give my players a chance to introduce themselves, have a little fiddle with my settings, and yeah, guys, over to you.
Alright, I am Caleb, better known as Plaguewinds in Discord, Twitter. I am playing Wireless Savoy, the Hound, who is better recently known as the Flying Wolf.
Hello, I am the Ivy Raven, and I am Lynthia Dalmore, the Whisper of the Obsidian Syndicate.
Hello, I am Stuart. I am playing Arden Keel, the Lurk for the Obsidian Syndicate.
Okay, audio's on. Hello, I am Reverend Benjamin Powers. I will be playing Exeter Barrowfeld Esquire, or as he is known in the criminal underworld, the Barrister. I am a criminal mastermind, a spider.
Yeah, so I could go into details of what happened the last few sessions the Obsidian Syndicate played, but I think tonight instead we will hear it from a very much more reliable source. So bear with me.
Amara, you said you were you were hungry. Amara. This woman, I swear, she is not very bright. Lynthia believes that I'm just sustaining myself, but in truth, I'm keeping a grasp on my hold here in this world. The ghost veil calls to me more and more every day, and I don't know how long I'll be able to stave it off. So, this form belongs to one Lynthia Dalmore. She is the so-called Whisper of the Obsidian Syndicate. Her and her compatriots have done well for themselves. They found me. They've done a few many jobs for the people of this shadowy city. But how did I get here? I was on an expedition trip for the Morlon Hall of Unnatural Philosophy. Of course, of the Charter Hall University. I'm sure you've heard of it if you've spent any time in Duskfall. But we were traveling beyond the city's limits and where the protections were when we were fallen upon by the wraiths, rogues as they were, scoundrels. They took our lives and they took what we had found out in the wastes. We found an eye, the demon's eye, and a book. The eye came into the possession of one Lord Skurlock. He is not to be trusted. He is an interesting fellow. But I don't know much about him. The ghost field is very thick there. It's impossible to get near him to find more, and the spirits that I've interacted with don't know much about him either. Anyway, he had the eye. The Obsidian Syndicate decided that stealing the eye would help put them on the map. No. As they told it, it was more a way to protect the city from something evil. Was that a warning that I gave them? It feels like something I said. Things come and go, and they're so hazy at times. I believe I did warn them to go and find the eye, to steal it back from Lord Skurlock. Of course, they stole it successfully. I believe one of her fellow members, Wireless or Arden, mentioned something about a fountain. It doesn't matter. They sold the eye to another party, a Roland Volaris. The Obsidian Syndicate is smart, though. Under the guidance of Chris Saval. Is that her name? I believe that's her name. They pinned all of these crimes on the Wraiths, the ones who killed me. And for their troubles, the Wraiths slowly started getting picked apart by the officials, as it were. Many rot in jail now. There's a few that still linger. But the Obsidian Syndicate has been picking apart at their holdings in the city. Just this last month, they came into partnership with a Catherine Keel, and there was a fence as well. But Keel, he owns a building that's inaccessible to me and most of my kind, though I say kind, it's weird to say, but the ones who have say that there's something there that is powerful that they want. I think Lynthia has seen it. She had something. She mentioned she had seen a soul well, spirit well. I don't know. My time is running out. I can feel Lynthia's coming back to the surface and will expel me soon. Chris has left the city. She was a noblewoman in hiding. So she is gone. And the Obsidian Syndicate has been kind of floating rudderlessly for the last month. They still do the odd job here and there, thanks to their connections that Chris helped secure for them. But there is murmurs among them of a new member coming. Perhaps they'll show up soon and give some more direction to this band of misfits. Well, until next time, if I'm still available, hopefully I can speak with you again. Amara?
We're back. So, now, it is night in the night market, as it always is in Duskfall. You've got this dark sky above, the black sea around, and the lights of all the different stalls and shops shining brightly. People sort of moving around, all trading things, canal boats passing by under the bridges. And down towards the north of the night market, there's a small and unassuming tea shop. It doesn't seem to have any more specific name than tea shop. Simple painted sign advertising what it sells, with a little painting of a teapot. The inside is quite brightly lit, but don't seem to be many customers. And behind the counter, Rigney is like measuring out tea for a customer when the bell rings as the door swings open.
So the fog has gathered outside. Heavy, thick, cold. The door opens, and standing there, well over 6 feet tall, thin as a rail, and clad in black leather so new that it squeaks with every movement. His face is not visible. There is a bandana and a tricorn hat obscuring his features. His coat goes all the way to his ankles, and a high collar protects the rest of it against the moisture. He takes a moment to adjust his black leather gloves and slowly makes his way to the counter, staring down at the person who's there. After a moment, he removes his scarf. Hello, I'm here to get some tea with a side of capers, you know? Capers.
As in the berries?
Well, something very specific. Is this where I go for crime? I'm here for the crime. My research tells me that this is where I should be, and I would like to speak with the people in charge about a lucrative business opportunity.
Right. We're a tea shop here.
No.
Yeah.
I've searched the blueprints and gone through the Blue Coat records. This is definitely not just a tea shop. I would very much like to speak with the people in charge of the... hold on, I just realized there's other people. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of new at this.
Just...
Crime. Yeah, the crime.
Stay there. Sit down. One sec.
All right.
And
can I have some Earl Grey? Can I have some Earl Grey then while I'm waiting?
Yes. He
cheers.
pauses, prepares you some tea, pops down this pot of Earl Grey.
He looks kind of like you imagine Ichabod Crane would look if he were like 40. Prominent Adam's apple, skeletal thin, white hair pulled back and kind of coming out from under the hat, which he politely now takes off because he realized he's indoors and manners are very important. And he patiently waits, occasionally doing one of these because his brand new black leathers are really constrictive because he hasn't broken them in yet.
And Wrigley disappears through the door at the back of the shop, and perhaps through like a false panel in the back room. We've not really ever discussed exactly how the basement is accessed, but I'm presuming it's got some sort of disguise on it. I don't know. Wrigley, he heads down to the basement, and, well, who's in? Which members of the syndicate are around?
Oh, Wireless is there, not conscious. He's passed out in his normal chair right next to the table. He's got his dog at his feet. There's a bottle of wine and a bag of gunpowder, both empty, right on the table. But he looks like a corpse pretty much. He's out.
Lynthia is shuffling back and forth between rooms. She has books in her hands. She's got scrolls. She's mumbling about things and flipping through books and stuff as she goes back and forth between like the main room, and I think we have like one or two side rooms. So
Arden will be there as well, but he's just going through a load of the underground maps, trying to get updated with them. Just got them laid down on a table and just having a quick look through.
Arden, Lynthia. Arden and Lynthia. There's a guy upstairs. Just came into the tea shop. I think he's looking for you lot. He asked for crime. So, I mean, don't think he's blue coat. They're usually a bit more, well, obvious blue coats, and he's not. He's too obvious to be an inspector. So, maybe a customer.
Could very well be. Not very subtle, but.
Oh.
Lynthia starts like setting books down like where she's standing. He might be here because I was looking for someone to test something on. So
go and see him.
I will go and visit him. Thank you, Wrigley.
Yeah, of course it's Wrigley. Yeah.
Thank you. And Lynthia is going to like scurry over and follow him out, back up into the tea shop. So.
He kind of, rather excessively, because I don't think he needs to point out who it is, but he points over to this leather-clad tea drinker.
Oh, it's terribly hot. Oh boy. I'm sorry. I appear to. Yes. Hold on. Sets down the teacup and straightens himself out and quickly puts his hat on and lifts up his scarf and stands tall and straight.
Lynthia will shuffle over to the table and seat herself, and she's going to actually reach out and grab the individual's hands, if she can. If they're loose, she's going to grab them and be like, "Thank you, good sir. Thank you. You've decided to give yourself to science."
No. I'm sorry. I'm still new at this. No, I'm not here for science. I am here with a business proposition. Oh my! Keeping that voice up is so very difficult. Is it okay if I know I'm supposed to have a certain je ne sais quoi here, but is it okay if I just use my normal voice? I don't want to. I don't want to make people think that there's some kind of untoward activity going on here.
Speak however you want. Lynthia kind of like drops the guy's hands and kind of, "Are you sure you're not here to offer yourself for my experiment?"
Oh, no. Although that does sound lovely. No, I'm actually here because I have a business opportunity for your particular organization, and given my research into the Obsidian Syndicate, I have determined that your group is amply suited to attempt to assist with this, and it's something that I don't have the requisite background or skill sets for. I'm a planner, not so much a doer, and I would, if you're amenable, I would like to go over the particulars of the process with you and your friends, if that's okay. I would like help stealing things.
I believe I understand what you're asking for, sir. But I am not the adult you need to speak to. So me. What? 1 second. Wait, stay here. Don't.
Oh no, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to bother you. If you weren't the right person, Okay.
I'm
sorry.
Follow,
I didn't.
Don't follow me.
Okay.
Lynthia's going to get up, and she's going to shuffle back out.
I don't know the passwords yet, do I? I've been reading. Yes. Well, I'll wait here patiently. I am sorry about the tea. I may have spilt it. I'll still pay. Obviously, I'll still pay. It's not your fault that I dropped it. Okay.
Lynthia's literally, she's like shuffling away from this individual as fast as she can. She's gonna go down into the basement, and she's gonna go back to sorting her books.
Are you not going to tell Arden or Wireless?
She will tell Arden after she picks the books up off of the ground and puts them someplace else appropriate. So probably after a few minutes. Arden. You deal with the individual upstairs. They weren't here for my experiment, so I have no use for them.
And did they say what they were here for?
I'm not really sure, because they were talking a lot, and they said they weren't here to offer themselves to my experiment. So I don't know.
No problem. I'll just start heading towards the tea shop then.
Thank you, Arden.
No problem. Okay. So I'll just head to the entrance we've got from the basement into the tea shop.
Okay, and is Exeter still sat at his table?
He is making a vain attempt to wipe up the mess from the tea because he feels bad that he did it. and it's obviously not the proprietor shouldn't be forced to clean up just because he was clumsy. That's not right. So when he sees somebody else come up, he immediately stumbles and drops the teacup altogether. It just shatters on the ground now. Oh, gods, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh, bother. I'm not. Oh no, I'm so sorry about this. Hi. Hi. You're the person I'm supposed to speak to about the the capers.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might be. Don't worry about the tea. I'm
sorry.
Yes. So, what brings you here, or how can I help?
Looks around surreptitiously. Kneels in close. I'm here about a robbery, and my research tells me that your group is particularly well suited for it. It's crime. Obviously, it's not a legal robbery, so therefore I needed help with it. I'm very good at planning things, but I'm not particularly good at carrying them out. So I figured I know of the I believe it's called a score. Yes, and he becomes more confident. Yes, I have a score, and I would like to offer it to you in exchange. I would like to hopefully get some help. And then if my assets prove to be a benefit, I might. But let's talk about that at a later date. Let's look at yes. Yeah. Okay. Should I wait for the others here?
I'm not sure.
Obviously, I understand if you can't bring me to your secret lair. I have not proven myself, and it's not a good idea for me to know the passwords yet. I've done reading.
So you wanted to sort of hire us to do a score?
Yes, crime. I have a very rich person who is a bit of a bastard, and I would like to take all of his money. Her money, actually. So yes, if you have a moment, I'd like to go over the particulars.
Sounds a good idea. I'm just thinking.
And at this point, he's completely disregarded that he's supposed to speak in a quiet, we're talking about crime level because he's really excited. Anyone walking by the tea shop can almost hear him excitedly babbling about committing a robbery.
Shh.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I didn't. Oh, gosh, I'm so. See, this is why you're an expert, and I need your help.
Okay. What did you have in mind then? Did you plan to get involved with the robbery, or just?
Well, yes, I've actually kind of mapped a lot of it out already. Are you familiar with Patrice Garamond? She's a former general in the armies fighting against Scotland.
The name does sound familiar. I do know some of the people involved in that war.
Yes, well, the anniversary of the end of the rebellion is coming up, and Garamond will be throwing a gala at her chateau. Okay, well, this is not exactly well known, but she is a former war profiteer who is selling weapons to both sides. Terrible person, really. And I am aware, through certain means, that there's a ledger in her possession that detailed who on both sides she was selling weapons and medical supplies to. My plan is to liberate this ledger and pass it along to a former Scotland general who may be able to utilize the information to blackmail her. Yes. The added benefit to this is that from what I understand, the ledger is kept in her desk, which is also in turn kept near her safe. And, well, she was a war profiteer, and there's money. So my idea is that we break into the chateau and we take the ledger, and while we're at it, we take everything that she has that might be valuable.
Sounds a plan.
Excellent. I have several maps that I've already drawn out, as well as schedules of the comings and goings of various people. You're going. I'm so thorough. This is wonderful. Capital news.
Storyteller, I'm just thinking, is there somewhere we tend to use to meet, where we'd be able to meet people to discuss things quietly, which isn't in the tea shop? Because we've got a bit of extra turf as such.
I mean, you have so you have the tea shop. You also have Silver Fountain, which has basement rooms and back rooms as well.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of somewhere quiet where the entire syndicate could meet and chat about this, rather than show someone I don't know into the secret entrances.
You've got. So there probably is just a back room of the tea shop itself, and also all the rooms at the Silver Fountain.
Okay. I'll say probably the back room. There will be a back room in the tea shop then, rather than the basement where we've got all our operations going as such. Okay. No problem. Okay. So, back to the newbie. Would you mind coming with me to meet the rest of the people involved with this?
You're muted.
Of course I'm muted. I'm always muted. Muted is my thing. Yes, absolutely. I'm very excited to meet the rest of them. Should I have the scarf up? I don't know if... and are we using code names? I have one.
No,
I have
just
one picked out.
just act casual.
Oh, I am.
Oh. Okay, just this way, and I'll show him towards the back room of the tea shop.
Okay. So yeah, in between, there's probably like crates of tea, various other paraphernalia that you would require to run a tea shop. You know, spare crockery, sink. It's not a very glamorous place, but it's practical.
Could you just wait here a moment, and I'll just tell the others that you're here, and we'll get something planned.
Of course. Is this table? May I use it?
For what?
Oh, I brought things, and he opens up his coat, and there's just this satchel with paper sticking out of it on one side, and he opens his other one, and there's a satchel with paper sticking out of it, and he immediately begins to pull them out and start unrolling maps and lists all over the table.
No problem at all. Just make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in a moment.
Thank you.
Rest of the syndicate.
Okay, so you return to rouse Wireless and collect Lynthia from her books.
So I'm guessing I'll find Lynthia first, more than likely. Well, I'll probably spot Wireless, but he's probably unconscious on the floor next to the table or something. Or anyway, Lynthia, we've got a job.
Okay. Was it?
Yeah. No, the gentleman here, he's got something planned. He wants us to sort of help with, which may make a lot of money for us.
Okay.
And he's just in the back room. I'm just going to wake Wireless, I think. Try to.
Okay. Thank you, Arden, and Lindsay
No
is going
problem at all.
to wander off up towards the back room.
I shall have a quick look for Wireless to see whereabouts he is.
Wireless he's just passed out. The chair, he always seems to be passed out in the table. Empty bottle of wine and empty bag of gunpowder there. Dog's asleep at his feet, but as you approach, it kind of like perks up.
I'll approach him and do the traditional waking up method, which is to pop a cork out of a wine bottle near him. And if
So
it's
I have to do that,
empty-
Wireless like jumps awake, like what? He grabs the empty bottle and like, huh? Wait a minute. Wine.
We've got someone here about a possible job. So,
Huh?
to make money. Robbery.
Oh,
And we can buy more wine.
okay.
They're just in the back room with Lymphia.
You see him like looking around, like kind of like, okay, all right. Steve, stay.
And I'll start heading towards the back room now that Wireless is awake.
Okay, so now, as the three existing members of the Obsidian Syndicate make their way up to the back room with Exeter and all these plans laid out on the tea chest and table.
And for once, he's not noticing anything. He just has what looks like 3 completely drawn out blueprints. One of a large house, one of a sub-level, perhaps the sewer, and one that is on a very thin piece of almost transparent piece of parchment paper that has little marks on it that look like stick figures, and he's got it overlaid on the map of the house, and he's just kind of got a ruler and a charcoal pencil, and he's just kind of tracing lines from the house to the little stick figures.
Wireless kind of walks up. Now, Wireless normally looks kind of on the menacing side, like hardline face, black beard, hair, goggles. The half his face is like face paint on it, so he looks like whimsical and menacing. If that makes sense. Looks like he doesn't seem to give a shit at all that how he looks. He just kind of walks up to the table, looks, then looks to you. Are you a new guy?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I startle easily. Yes, my name is Exeter Barfield Esquire. Bother, I'm so sorry. I know this isn't exactly the kind of first impression that I should be giving, but I really was unprepared for that. I guess you are the right people for the job. You move very quietly. Yes.
Wait, I scared you?
Oh, yes, terribly. I'm very skittish. Yes, terrifying, actually. The half of your face there, I don't know what happened to the other half, and I don't want to know. Are you the one in charge?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm glad to see that I'm meeting the mastermind of your little crew. Perhaps between the two of us, we can pool our resources and come up with a wonderful plan. I've taken the liberty of having blueprints obtained for the grounds of the chateau and the sewers underneath it.
You see Wireless like look down, looking at the maps. Has a very obviously just confused look on his face. He kind of leans back, takes a deep breath. What is going on here?
Your friend, your subordinate didn't tell you. This is a robbery that I'm hoping you can assist me with. Crime. I'm here for the crime. Is the other fellow here? He seemed a little. You're bigger than me.
I'll be there looking over the map and the paperwork and just going through it. I'll also be comparing the sewer sort of map to our underground maps and passkeys to see if we could possibly get another route that way.
Looking for connections and
Yeah, to see how close our map heist?
I think so. Not really discussed where in the city Patrice's estate is, have we?
No. I imagine it would be. What's the name of the old?
Brightstone? Or
Yes, Brightstone. That's the
yeah. So your area, so you're down in the night market, and your sort of map focuses mainly on night market up and underneath Six Towers.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's roll me a d6. Let's give us a fortune here on how well this lines up.
6. So
You reckon that if you you're just gonna have to nip across, I think probably just a couple of canals where you're gonna have to like emerge from the sewer, get across a canal and re-enter. But there should be a passages and ways to get all the way to Garamond's estate through the sewers. How safe it is, you don't know. It's the sewers of Duskfall. They are not as uninhabited as you might hope, but should be all
very
right.
true. Yeah, so probably each of the separate areas we'd have problems with the canals, and that's where we'd have to leave the underground systems.
I had been concerned about that. My maps only cover as far as the area around the chateau, and I'm also not quite. I wanted to do a little bit of digging beforehand. My friend is an archivist with the Bluecoats, and he was able to assist me with some of this. I was going to do a little bit of digging into the defenses, but I imagined that underground, probably dead things. Above ground, probably soldiers, some security. Former war profiteer, I imagine she's pretty well connected in that respect. I mean, there's going to be opposition. This is not going to be easy, but I believe that preparedness is the greatest weapon.
What kind of dead things?
I don't know. The kind that are transparent and everywhere. There are a lot of ghosts here, and I imagine the sewers is a place they might have dumped a few bodies. I'm not saying I know they're there, but I'm just trying to plan for every contingency.
Well, the ghost field, they kind of into that. So you have to be very special and very skilled to stay around when you're dead.
Well, I am I don't know whether I could do that. I don't know what the protocols are for the afterlife. I've learned the ins and outs of the laws in this one, but not quite the next world.
Would you like to learn?
Oh, no, absolutely not. It is terrifying, and I don't like it.
Oh, well, okay, be that way. I was just going to offer to show you the ghost field personally, but I guess that would mean you would be in my... You weren't here for the experiment, so never mind, sorry.
You're welcome. I mean, or it's okay. I don't know what the proper response is. I won't lie, and please don't consider me rude, but you are very unsettling.
Thank you.
Think nothing of it. If this is all agreeable to you all, I could dig for more information on my side.
One question that might be a bit strange. Is there a fountain on the grounds?
Is what on the grounds?
A fountain.
Fountain. I take a look. Is there a fountain on my blueprints?
Yes, there is a magnificent fountain in the garden.
Yes, there's a magnificent fountain in the gardens. Yes.
Just something occurred to me. Don't worry about it. So it all sounds good so far. So I think we're probably all interested in this.
Lynthia, you're all set. Dead bodies, ghosts, and a fountain.
Oh, I mean, maybe. I'm confused on how these are all connected, but is this a jest?
Well, my thought is that we go in through the subterranean area. This should come up near a old cistern, which leads up into the grounds where a well once was. We leave the well, and then we make our infiltration to the house proper. I believe we could sneak in through either the servants' entrance or go down through the basement where the storm cellar is, and then work our way up through the property. I'm not positive which floor the ledger and her office is on, but I do think that once we get into the house, finding out should be fairly easy.
Okay. Well, it does sound like you have a target. You have this sounds to me like this is a stealth sort of mission here. You've got a point of entry. Are there any other bits of information you want to try and gather before going in?
I'd like to have a look of the like to scout out the surface to see what sort of security there is on the property. Just sort of as sneakily and as quietly as I can, just try to suss out what sort of guards we could expect on the surface. Probably nearby rooftops if possible, just to avoid any trouble, but just to get a better idea.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, wireless. I'm gonna try and find how servants and or housekeepers, and more get info what's going on inside the building, what's the defenses inside the building, what other weird stuff is there.
Okay. How are you sort of approaching trying to
I'm gonna use hunt, try and find people. I want to use my new special ability, scout.
Okay, so Exeter and Lynthia, do either of you two have any fact finding you would like to engage in?
Lynthia, if she could get away with it, she may go stick her head in a few manholes or whatever and see if she sees any ghosts, using ghost minds, so she can just see them, and then she can at least maybe ask them if they are amicable to talk to her. So
okay, all right, what sort of approach are you going for? Is this consorting with ghosts, attempting to sway ghosts? What are we talking here?
I guess I would probably trying to do consort, so to see since the gentleman has said that there are supposed to be ghosts aplenty, so I mean.
Okay. And last but not least, the gentleman in question.
I would like to. Exeter is going to do some digging regarding the guest list, and cross-reference the guest list with town records and newspaper clippings regarding the potential backgrounds of some of the people attending, in the hopes of leveraging those in the event that they get caught.
Okay.
Assuming consort, asking around about that.
Yeah, I'd say that could be. I mean, it's the dark. You choose your approach. With yeah, could be anything from consort to study. Anyone what approach? So, Arden, having a little scout around the outside. Which approach
Could I get
are you
away
taking
with
here?
prowl? Is that reasonable? So I'll be aiming to stick to rooftops and stay out of sight. But
Yeah, I think we can get away with the prowl. It will. It's a controlled position. It's got limited effect because you can't get super close to the actual house, so you're limited in what you can be seen from sort of the rooftops. But give me a roll and let me know what your highest die is.
The highest is a 4. But with my shadow cloak thing, I think that increases the effect by 1.
Okay, so you get perhaps a
So,
bit closer than you might have done otherwise as you slip across the shadowy rooftops around the estate. And from the outside you can see that the front gate is clearly quite a large contingent of guards. You see seem to be about 4 of them there at any one time, hanging around the front gate. But there's also guards patrolling around the perimeter. It's got quite, like, the gardens themselves, like, sort of arranged around the house, but you can see between, like, the walls around the estate and sort of the main gardens, it's quite a sort of almost clear area, so that if you were approaching over the wall, you would have to sort of cross a clear area of lawn in full sight of, like, a house. But there is a garden built up around the house itself. What else you'd... Yeah, from your general impression is this place is well defended. It's definitely put a lot of money into guards and you can't...
military level security.
Yeah,
sort of
like...
thing. It's kind of expected, but... Yeah, no problem. I'm happy with that.
I think there's anything to give you do get a sense of the patterns of like the guards' movement. So if that sort of comes into play later on, you can consider that you do know sort of you've seen some about how they move around and where they're likely to be. Okay. Wireless. Let's have a go at hunting down some poor unsuspecting servants.
My highest die was actually a 6, and I also get the +1 effect from Scout.
Okay, so you're specifically looking for
like either servants or house guests or butlers, any type of like someone that worked in the house that either is not there now or maybe they're out on a drink.
Yeah, so you catch sight of one of the household servants. They like leave the estate, and you see as they head off to perhaps down to the wine merchants to put in the order for the gala. They're there, so placing orders.
Right.
They seem to be quite a high-ranking servant. Like they definitely have some sway with placing orders. And as they leave the wine merchants, they take a little shortcut through an alley to get down towards like another of the wholesale merchants.
Okay, so we found like an alleyway to get to the.
As in from the wine merchants to
from the wine merchant. Okay.
So you see as the servant like passes down this alley.
Okay. Well, Wireless at this point has kind of cleaned his face off, but so I'll walk up to him and I'll jingle, make sure no one's else around. I got like jingle some coins. Says, "Hey,
Hey.
got a question. You work in that house over there?"
It kind of turns around and looks where you're pointing. No, yeah, you mean that one?
Wireless actually probably. Yeah, Wireless just kind of gave a general like, yeah, that one over there. If he points to one, then he'll just.
That one over there.
Yeah, he'll just agree to. Sorry, he'll just agree to whichever one he points to.
Why are you asking? He kind of takes like a sort of step back. Like he's trying to like.
I hold up
distance.
a decent bag of coins. Just says, "Just want some info on the inside."
Sounds to me like you're trying to, well, if you deem this as, in terms of roles.
Crap, on that part I'm not good at.
I'm going to give, it's a while since I've played Blades in the Dark, but I will apply a bonus here for the large bag of cash.
Command's all I got, so.
So you're kind of like thrusting, like, where it's like a, here, have money.
Alright, I got 2 4s.
So, for, sorry,
So if he took a step back.
what do you want to know again?
So, if he took a step back, I would step right up to him. Like, I want to know what goes on in that house.
Everything, I mean...
What defenses are there?
Oh, sorry. Well, there's, guards, and, spark tech locks, and, you're very tall, you know. There's, holes. They've got holes. You know, with big blades on their arms. They're really unnerving.
Interesting.
And,
Any way to avoid all that in the house?
don't try and break in. Look, I mean, I work there. I can't seem to avoid them. They just stare at you. It's uncanny. But
So Wireless
Sorry.
will he'll step back. He'll throw him a bag of coins. And just looks at him and says, "Don't mention this to anyone."
no. But look, I wouldn't cross Madame Garamond. She's got a lot of friends in high places, you know.
Yeah.
Inspectors, blue coats, they're all in it.
You don't worry about that part.
Military is probably... Okay, all right. Well, this was terrible. And goodbye.
Wireless just nods, turns around and walks away.
Yeah, the servant rather frantically scurries off towards the next part of their shopping trip. But now with some extra spending money. And meanwhile, Lynthia, you're trying to chat to some ghosts.
I don't know. Do they have? I'm assuming they have kind of like manhole covers or something. So Lynthia is looking around for a place where she can stick her head down into the sewers a little bit, so she can kind of just like look around and see if she sees anything.
All right. So I mean, looking down into the sewers, you can see ghosts, and there are. I mean, this is Duskull. There's ghosts all over the place in various states of. Not exactly decay, but ghostly disincorporation. Some more thickly than others, but as you like peer down into the sewer, you do see the faint flicker of ghostly activity. People die down here. They don't always get collected.
Lynthia is going to. Hello, ghosties. Spirits. Is anyone want to talk? Just a little bit.
I think give me a roll. Whatever you're choosing to roll here.
Would this be like in a tune, since I'm trying to tune myself to the ghosts, or?
Depends what
I guess
effect you're trying to go for here. If you're
I just want to ask like a question or two is really all. So that's why I'm not sure. I guess command is probably better. So
if you're trying to sort of reach out with your like whisper talents, yeah, it could be attune, it could be command, it could be sway, it could be consort. How would you like to do this?
We'll just do a tune. That's fine.
Okay.
I rolled snake eyes. Rolled 2 1s. So
that's a 1. As you reach out your mind to the power of the ghost field, and the ghost field reaches back towards you, and you see from the.
Hi. Can I do a flashback with my spider ability to help negate that?
Yes, you can.
So before Lynthia went down to the sewers, Exeter had on one of his many lists of things marked out a particular paupers. Now, obviously, where they take all the bodies and burn them at the giant central crematorium, occasionally bodies don't end up there and instead get put in paupers' graves. And I was aware that there was a particularly sizable one near the sewer entrance that was there, so I advised maybe not going in that very particular one at that particular time.
I mean, you can't flashback to negate something that's already happened.
No, but I can do a flashback to maybe make someone better prepared for something that might have happened.
All right, yeah. So, I'll say, Lynthia, you.
Maybe an extra die on the
warned
roll.
And prepared that this might be like an issue, and I will offer you an extra die here to whatever you're going to choose to try and get out of this situation. So you're pre-warned, you're pre-prepared. I think that is it. So since flashback's been used, it's 1 point of stress.
That's fine. I was gonna.
I'll eat the point. I won't use I'll save the spider ability for later when something awful happens on the mission. So I'll eat the point of stress.
Okay, so this ghost surges towards you, crackling with energy, Lynthia, and you were aware this could happen. What are you going to do to get out of it?
Lynthia is going to. It's worked before. She's chastised ghosts before, so she's going to try and chastise this ghost. This is basically a stand her ground, so. No. I'm the living one. You. No.
Okay. I mean, to me, that sounds like a command to me. But you got a bonus die.
5 is my highest.
Okay, so this crackling, and it was definitely less humanoid and less well formed than Amara as it surges towards you, and you can see perhaps it's not even one ghost, but an amalgamation of several of these souls that have been thrown into this pauper's grave, like, merged into this many-headed ghostly abomination. And as it pauses for this moment, and you see it kind of hangs back away from you, and say you have the chance to escape this sewer unscathed.
So I have to choose. Do I have to choose to leave, or do I choose to talk to it, or what are my options?
So it's still not friendly.
Okay.
But it has its like ceased its attack long enough that you will be able to get out of here, should you wish. If you remain here, well,
Lynthia is going to... Good ghost ball thing.
leave us. Why are you here?
I was...
Take her.
I want to know about the house.
Yes. You one body.
Yeah.
You see, it's this thing enveloping, getting closer and closer.
Do you want revenge on somebody with that?
Everybody.
Everybody is a lot of bodies. Is there anybody specific?
All of them. So many of them. They put us down here.
Who?
And it starts to whisper. You hear this like cacophony of like names and voices and half-finished thoughts. This thing. It doesn't seem focused, and it's getting. You can feel it as air grows cold as it draws closer and closer.
Lynthia is going to start backing away if she still can, but she's going to kind of talk to us some more. Just be like, "You are. It's too many. There's too many of you."
Could be one more.
Not yet. I'm going to remember you're here, though, because you are. And Lynthia is not going to run, but she is going to kind of quickly start scuttling away.
All right. There you emerge from the sewers, and well, you know where that is for future reference.
Yay!
And you're still alive.
Important.
And last of all, Exeter.
So after doing a little bit of thinking, what I'm going to end up doing is, because the nobility, well, not so much nobility, but the wealthy love tax breaks. One of the ways that is typically done is by reporting development on your property. So he's actually going to be peeling through tax records and speaking with bureaucrats in an attempt to find out what claims have been made for taxes on home improvement from the war profiteer and what those improvements were, and trying to like if it said something like, new cross paneling in this one corridor, okay, that's probably a trap. Especially if you cross-reference how much is reported on it. So he's basically using the power of tax data and accounting and accountants to try to figure out where the traps might be in the chateau.
Okay, and I'm really sorry, this is the wrong system, so I can't say make me an accountancy roll. But please, roll away.
Gotta love that bureaucracy skill nobody uses. So yeah, he's going to be consorting with the accountants who are bored and probably never get to talk to anyone about their job, and have that person be anywhere near excited to talk about it, because I am actually very excited to talk accounting with people because I'm boring.
Okay.
So it's an extra plus 1d6 to my consort for a score.
Okay.
Big money, no whammies. It is a 6, a 2, and a 1. So I'm going to take the 6.
Sounds feasible. And yeah, as you can see here, they put the improvements to the flooring against general maintenance tax codes, but so that reduced the overall bill by like 0.3%.
They are thieves. Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's all legal. It's just you've got to play this carefully. It's like, see here where
Bastards.
they've reinforced the floor, so maybe for heavy objects or really heavy people, I don't know, but they've reinforced the floors on the second floor. But because it's under major improvements, they didn't have to pay. Sorry, I'm going on too much.
They say that the people in the slums are thieves. Oh, that's absolutely terrible. Well, if I may, I here, and he gives out his business card. I am a lawyer and attorney that often represents people in cases against people of that particular wealth demographic. And if you think that he's dodging fair taxes, you let me know.
Just definitely here you can see when they've put fitting a wall safe under maintenance, and if there's not a wall safe there before, then that's not maintenance. It's additions. So that definitely is looking into that. That is fraud.
Totally criminal. Absolutely criminal. And he pulls out his map of the chateau and just kind of like points at different points. And could you imagine trying to shoehorn that much? The city ordinance says you can only fit so much at this location. This is where it was, right?
Second floor.
So he just starts marking on the map where all of the additions and tax write-offs were. Thank you so very much. You are absolute vision. If I may, at some point, I would, if you would like to maybe go out for a sandwich wedge. I don't know about an entire sandwich. I don't presume to know your dietary intake, but if you would like to maybe go for a partial sandwich, I would love to.
Of course, I know a wonderful sandwich shop round the corner, and they do excellent sandwiches, and they're all up to date on their taxes.
Excellent. But I will. It's a date then. Very well. Goodbye, and thank you again for all of your help. And he takes his now drawn-in blueprint with trap locations on it and heads back to the group.
Yeah, you've got the location of the safe and the reinforced flooring on the second floor, and I think, that is some successful information. Well, a mixed bag of information gathering.
Hey!
As the group reconvenes, ready. Well, is there anything else that you want to do before you kick this thing off?
I show them my new and improved maps with the additions that I have made. Any other noteworthy things? And you want me to mark on this map?
Mm-hmm.
I'll mention the guards and the patrols. I'll just point out like the number of guards and where they seem to patrol, that sort of thing.
And Wireless will, like in the interior, there's normal guards, spark locks, but interestingly, there's just creepy statues inside that something about blades coming out.
Oh.
He called them Hull.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
So
terrible. No.
don't know exactly where, but if you see statues, stay away.
I will try my best to avoid it. So, like I said, Olympia, any progress with your ventures?
Yes.
Oh, no, you look very excited. Oh, well, oh no. That was our primary method of entry. Oh no.
There, I made a friend down there, but they were not happy. So,
A bad friend, then?
no, they were a good friend. They didn't hurt me. So, but I wouldn't trust. They're angry. So don't go in the sewer.
All right, so let's avoid that section then. Well, okay, so we know what path not to take if we're going through the lower levels. We know roughly where the guards are. We know to stay away from statues, and we know roughly where the safe and the traps are. We know there is a gala going on, so there will be a lot of people moving to and from, some of which are obviously guests, some are staff. So it may be easy to blend in as either staff or a guest if we get caught. I'd say this is a really exciting plan. I'm very excited. You're all fantastic at this crime thing. I believe we have enough information to make a go of it. Do you?
Oh, definitely. We'll have to be careful to avoid those whole things.
Those sound terrifying. I don't want to deal with them.
They're basically machines that are powered by ghosts.
Great.
I believe that is accurate, but I am not 100% sure.
Don't know what they can do, but they don't
Well,
sound pleasant. Let's avoid
Let's
those.
make that. We're prepared for any eventuality. Well, okay. I believe that is everything that I need.
I just have a question for all of you is what will your item loadout be for this heist? Are people going in like light with a light load to blend in, a normal load where you look a little bit sus, or a heavy load where you look definitely sus?
I am taking a light load because my method is going to be to already be on the grounds and help open the cistern door for them when they get there.
Okay.
Lynthia is probably going to actually be heavy for this one.
Okay.
I'll go light because my plan's to blend in because we don't actually know what we're planning to steal is, so we might have to look around a bit. So I'll go light.
I'm gonna go normal.
Okay.
Wireless isn't really stealth or blending, so.
So the plan is Exeter is trying to go in through the front door and then open. You're muted.
Stupid mute! I know I'm muted. I'm always muted. I hate buttons. Buttons suck.
Yeah.
Anyway, that all being said, Exeter's plan is to basically go right through the front door, dressed as a guest with forged papers, which are part of the spider loadout, and then from there make his way to the cistern, which is kind of in the back, I imagine, near like the gazebo or whatever, so that when they arrive, he can open it and then they can go through the rest of the mission as needed.
Okay. Well, and is everyone else going in through the cistern entrance then?
Yeah, wireless will definitely go in that way.
Yeah,
Sorry.
definitely. But I'll be in disguise as well. I'll be disguised as a servant.
I'm brain farting. Cistern is like sewers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, just making
It's
sure.
like the water system for not as bad water.
Okay.
Well, I hope so. If they're well connected direct to the sewers, they've got bigger problems on their hands. Okay, I think we'll make the engagement roll for this score.
And we get a +1 d6 for having a spider around.
So, I think, so 1d6 standard, +1 for a spider. Is it particularly bold or daring? I think this is fairly bold. Is it overly complex?
Lots of moving parts, lots of research.
Yeah, so that's. I don't think. I'm going to give you another one for you. You've done general good research. I'm going to say it's a 3d6 engagement roll here. So if one of you would like to make that for me.
And is that with the extra d6 for the spider?
That includes yours.
Okay.
If you're hitting them on their home turf, it's well guarded.
Yeah.
But
does anyone else want to roll, or should I roll?
I did it last time and I rolled like a 1, so.
Yeah, you don't want me
Go
rolling.
for it.
And important question before we roll. Wireless, are you bringing the dog?
Oh.
Is Steve Perry involved in this mission?
Yes,
Dog's
but
name
not
is Steve Perry.
Yes, but not inside the house.
All right.
Okay. All right, now you can roll. Now we've invoked his name.
Yeah, it's a 6, a 5, and a 1.
All right. So we'll be starting this from a good position as we pick up this score. And I think with all the pieces laid, with everyone about ready to go in, this will be a good point to take a quick break, and we'll pick up as the heist begins in 10 minutes' time. Okay, we'll see you soon.
Timer.
Smooth as silk. Alright, so duskfall, nighttime, as ever. The city is dark, but the lights are bright in Brightstone, in this beautiful, impressive, well-guarded manor house. Where there's lights strung in some parts of the garden. There's music playing. There's a lot of dignitaries nodding to each other and going, yes, splendid. Brilliant. As they gather together to celebrate the end of the wars and the troubles and put all that horrible business behind us. Yes, indeed. All no more rebellions, no more troublesome Scotland mess. But amongst this crowd, not such a crowd as a loose association. Like it's well attended, but there is still quite an exclusivity to the guest list. But familiar and unfamiliar faces move through the party, and one of them, Exeter, you've got a forged invitation. You've got your fancy clothes. What kind of appearance are you in tonight, and who are you?
He is going tonight as Seamus McThane, a Scotland merchant who has a honorary rank in the Scotland military. Never served, but his assistance to the war effort earned him a commission, and basically he's masquerading as someone that probably had weapons sold to him.
So Seamus, he's a real person then?
Yes, he is pulled from the list of people that I am aware of were involved in this, but who will not be attending, although he probably will show up because that's how this works. He's basically going to be going as a person who he hates, because that's what you do in crime. You do the thing that is least expected. So that's what he read.
Okay, so master of crime. You approach the front gates of this party, and guards don't seem to be on super high alert. They're alert, but there's been no trouble so far. They're just checking invitations, going, yes, welcome, yes, Lady Kellis, it's a pleasure to see you here. Sir, do you have an invitation?
You're fucking right, I do. I've got it right here. He thrusts the invitation out.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I mean, my invitation's right here. Take it and then get the fuck out of me way. I got stuff to do.
And I'm so I think I'm trying to remember how. Is there a role for the quality of forgery here? Or is it automatically a high standard of forgery?
This is a fine disguise and document kit. So that's one of my items.
Yeah. So you've got a convincing disguise. You've got convincing documents. I think I will set up with the bonus die. So I think is that one for each of those? Ask for some kind of roll here.
I'm gonna probably say it's not my best. I'd say, what is it, sway?
I'd say this is kind of like either a command or a sway, depending on whether you're
I'm gonna go with
Or the...
I'm gonna go with Sway.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes more sense because he's faking. All
2
right.
bonuses.
Yep. Big money, no whammies, no whammies. Double fives.
Okay, so the guard looks up and down over the invitation, goes, yes, sir. Welcome. Drinks are through there, and waves you in. You'll sort of display a brief attention of the woman who just entered the party in front of you, kind of looks back over her shoulder at you, and goes, "Hi, I don't think we've met. Rosalind Kellis."
Probably. Charmed to meet you. I don't shake hands on account of the plague.
The plague?
Aye.
You've got a plague?
No, but everybody else does.
Hey. And she just takes...
And he just stares,
She's
awkwardly.
She just leaves.
Okay.
It was awkward, she left.
Oh no, I hope that didn't go badly. I was just trying to save her from germs. Germs are terrible, and nobles hate germs, so I thought that would be the right thing to do. Oh no, I'm bad at everything. Very well, I'm going to continue on, yes. And, right, where are the drinks?
As you make your way towards the drinks and into the party, meanwhile, beneath the surface of Duskfall, in this dark, dripping tunnel, you hear the splash of boots through water as the 3 other members of the syndicate make their way through the darkness. So far, you seem to have steered clear of any major ghostly apparitions. It's been quite a quiet day/night/indeterminate time down here in the sewers. But as you get closer to this cistern where Exeter is meant to be letting you in, you hear a sound from ahead of you. You hear splash of boots moving through the water. You're not alone down here.
Okay. I shall see how dark is it down here?
Well, depends what sources of light you're carrying.
I was just going to use my dark sight goggles if it is dark to save any obvious light.
Okay.
Do I see anyone or anything?
Well, you can see ahead in this open space, this open water cistern, the shadowed movement of, there seem to be 2 figures moving through the darkness. You can see the faint glimmer of the lantern that one of them's holding. They move through the water. Both of them are dressed in dark clothing, so you can't really make out any details. But you can see them ahead of you.
I shall just try to keep an eye on them, see if they seem to be heading into the manor or patrolling.
They don't seem to be patrolling. They seem to be headed to
somewhere.
Basically, they seem to be in your path. To get to where you're supposed to be meeting, where X is supposed to be letting you in, you're gonna have to pass right by them.
First thing Wireless does is put on a Spirit Bane charm. Just in case. Pulls out a blade. And kind of goes against there's no place to hide here, really, is there?
It's like side tunnels and shadows.
All right. So yeah, I'll duck in one of these side tunnels with a blade. Not like up, but like it's out of the scabbard. I'm holding ready, and I'll just duck and wait. See what happens.
Lynthia?
Lynthia is actually going to pull down her spirit mask. It's a new one. It's different. It actually has like a giant like mouth on it with like 7 eyeballs that are all kind of looking in different directions. She's also going to pull out her fine lightning hook, and she's going to start walking towards the people.
Okay, so as you approach, you've got this lightning hook, I think,
Yeah.
sparks from it. The 2 figures turn, and you see one of them like reaches down inside and pulls up a gun. The other one takes a couple of steps back, and the one in front goes, "Stop! Right there. Who are you?"
Who am I? I am one of the city's ghost hunters. I am checking this section of waterway for spirits. Who are you to be in my way?
I think I could go for a role here. You're attempting to command, to sway. What's the?
I don't have any dots in sway, so I would probably go with command.
You're going for the appeal to authority here.
Yes.
I am going to give you a bonus here for appropriate costuming.
Okay. 5.
Sorry, didn't realise you were spirit warden. We're sewer inspectors.
You fools, don't you know this is not the place to be?
Well,
whose authority are you inspecting this section of sewer?
the Duskville Sewer Inspection Board. Yeah, that's right.
Lynthia is actually going to kind of pull the lightning hook down kind of towards them. You two are... Just because I can sort with spirits does not mean I am stupid. The Sewer Inspection Committee doesn't send people down here on this day. Who do you think I am?
It's a surprise inspection. We had reports of trouble. Nefarious characters down here. It could be a security risk.
You're the only nefarious characters. I have to be warned of these ahead of time, because if I were to, and Lynthia taps the lightning hook against the wall and it kind of crackles. If I were to accidentally set this upon you, for example.
Yeah, we get your point. We'll consider this bit well inspected. We'll be on our way.
No. Who is your commanding officer?
Commanding officer. Yes, we have a commanding officer. That is Kes Whalen.
I will be making sure that I follow up with this Kes Whalen. Make sure that you are on the up and up. But first, what are your names?
Yes. I'm Davrin.
Davrin. And how about your compatriots?
Linda.
Linda. Wonderful name. You may call me Seven Eyes, but I would not spread that name around.
No, we won't, Seven Eyes. Well, thank you. We'll be on our way.
Yes, you would be wise to be on your way. Thank you.
Yeah, and they splash away down on the side tunnels. And as their footsteps fade away, you just hear a briefest snatch of, oh shit, how are we gonna get in now?
Do I hear that, or does everybody hear that?
Okay, just this faint echo that comes back down the tunnel that all three of you hear. Yeah. As they disappear off into the darkness.
Lynthia kind of slumps a little bit. She slides the mask back up on top of her head.
Wireless to come out of the side tunnel at this point.
I
Walks
thought
up.
I thought
Puts
they were
a-
going.
Puts a big hand on Lynthia's shoulder. Nah, that wouldn't have happened. I was right
thought-
there. I was right here with the blade in the dark.
Oh, thank you, Wireless. You're so thoughtful.
Whilst Lymphia would have been chatting to them, because it's quite an open area and I don't really need light, I would have just been working around the back of the pair of them towards the one with the gun, but nothing happens there.
No, they had left unless you want to try and pursue them. They headed off into the darkness.
Oh, looks like they're not heading our way, so.
As the three of you wait for entry from above, we head back up to the bright lights of the party. And to shame as I can't read my own handwriting.
McPhail.
McPhail.
Exeter has now acquired tea, because anything else stronger than that makes his tummy rumbly. So he has a little cup and is awkwardly kind of looking around and trying to. Every time someone looks at him, he suddenly puffs his arms out and tries to push his chest out a little bit and glare at them, but he's not good at it. And he starts making his way back to the cistern, sipping at the cup of tea.
Okay, so as you wend your way out towards the back, you're just trying to act all casual here,
About
Or
as
are you trying to be,
casual as he's capable of acting. He's used to being in a courtroom, so he's used to having to display a little bit of showmanship, but that's never been his strong point. So he's basically acting as casually as he can, but if he's really looked at, that's when he puffs his chest up and gets into character.
Okay, so you make your way sort of towards the back of the house, and you can sort of see where the path leads round the cistern, when a figure crosses your path, and you see standing there with a glass of wine in her hand, this very well-dressed woman, probably in her 50s or so. She's got grey hair, but it's been done up very nicely, very stylish, well-tailored dress, and stunning jewels, very wealthy, because this is none other than Patrice Garamond herself.
Well, obviously, the second she shows up on the path, oh! And he drops the cup and it shatters on the ground. Hello. Pleased to make your
Careful.
acquaintance.
Those are
Garamond,
antique.
They were. Sorry about that. I'll make sure to replace it with another set at my first opportunity.
Yes, should do. Have we met before? Your face
Aye.
does not seem familiar.
You met me in passing, not so much face to face, but through intermediaries. You know how it was back in the day.
Yes, back in the day.
Yeah, aye, the days, right? Aye, you know what I'm talking about. Back then,
Yes.
in the days where the stuff happened. Aye, you remember the stuff? That's when it happened. Was in the days past before this one.
Perhaps you should stay away from the drinks table, my friends.
That's probably for the best. I'm starting to feel a wee bit stomach sick. Oh, aye, I can feel it growing. It's in my guts. Oh, my lady, you might want to move. You're about to get in the splash radius.
That.
And he starts like stress gagging.
Please, not on like. She takes like an alarmed step back. I think I'm gonna ask for a roll here for sheer.
Basically, he's trying to disgust her into leaving him alone, and assume he's gonna wander off into the bushes in the back to throw up everywhere.
Okay.
So through the power of self-embarrassment, he's going to. So I don't know whether that would be consort or sway.
Consort, sway. If you're trying to if it's mainly for the hiding away in the shadows, I could even think more like prowl and things like that as well.
No, this is way more overtly social than that. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna go with. I guess this would be consort because he's not trying to get her to believe, not trying to push her a certain direction. But my work, so
yeah.
All right. I wish I had a way to pan my camera. That's 2 6s and a 4.
Okay, so 2 6s. That's she.
My next 5 die rolls are just going to be 1s, just flat out.
This succeeds with an increased effect here. So, what's? Do you have anything in mind you think of for an increased effect of this?
I think so. I think the best. I think what might work for this is not only is she repulsed by it and flees and awkwardly flees the scene, but will actively attempt to avoid him for the rest of the party.
Future meetings.
Yeah.
For the rest of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she moves swiftly away from this revolting personage who somehow entered her property, and you are unattended in the gardens.
And then he really does throw up because he was so nervous. And after that, he will make his way back to the cistern where the crime is supposed to continue happening.
Right. Yeah. So you make your way. There's this cover on this cistern with on this side it's got like a secure sort of bolt on this side. From the other side, it would take quite a lot of explosives or finagling to open.
So he kind of braces it and pulls the bolt open, he's not very strong, and he takes a solid 30 seconds of bracing his foot against the concrete on the outside to pull the rusted gate open. And once he gets it open, he is panting and obviously strained, and his breath smells awful from vomiting, which he then almost does again because the nervousness and physical exertion are catching up with him. And he looks to meet with his new crewmates.
Yeah, so the grinding of metal is as the cistern is open.
Let's say Wireless gets up and he kind of sees the throw up, probably smells it and someone had a good time here.
Yes, I had to almost vomit on the shoes of a woman wearing more jewelry than I'll ever earn in my entire life. it was not good, but hey, but we're here. It all worked
Oh,
out.
this was you. You pointed to the puke.
Yes, I was. This is a first time for me doing crime, and I'll get better. The more I do it, the better I'll get, and I think this is going to be fun.
Just see Wireless just kind of nod, big smile, nod.
And he nods back because he thinks that's what he's supposed to do.
As Lynthia pulls herself up out of the cistern, she's just going to kind of look around and she's actually going to pull the mask back down again because she's just kind of, after hearing the previous conversation, she's not super impressed. So
nobody should be. Where's Arden?
I'll be emerging just after Lynthia does.
Well, I guess the first part of our plan is well underway, and we've passed through step 1. Now it's just step 2 and 3. We've avoided all suspicion. No one is suspicious of us at all, and I've managed to make sure nobody wants to come over here. Don't mind the smell. So that's done. And next to the house.
How are we all dressed? Are we all disguised as such, or? Because I've disguised as a servant. I'm not sure how everyone else is going in as.
Exeter is in finery
Yes.
that he just absentmindedly realizes he needs to clean a little bit, so he pulls out a kerchief and cleans his shoes, which have complete with the pilgrim giant buckle on the top of them. He wipes them off and makes a face and throws away the linen.
What Wireless is? I mean, he's got underneath his shirt. He's actually wearing armor, and he's got throwing knives, but he also brought his little face paint, which you see him starting to apply. He's looks, he just looks up at what? And he's applying it's almost like clown makeup. I think Jokerish kind of he's just kind of putting it on, and then he pulls out part of his shirt. He has ruffles, and he's it's the flying wolf.
And he absently without realizing he's doing it, Exeter kind of looks around for a little bit of mud and just starts kind of doing that to his face, because that's what you do when you're a criminal, I guess. Looks over for approval.
So you're putting actual mud on your face?
Well, he doesn't have any anything else, so that's what he starts, a little bit.
The Wireless finishes up, kind of clown makeup, and just looks over the mud and just kind of.
Well, I didn't bring any makeup. I didn't know that we needed to put makeup on. I wasn't prepared for that. I'm learning. This crime thing is new. Oh, Bob, I have made a mess, haven't I? And he goes and picks up the kerchief, which he forgot was vomit stained, and started to wipe his face, but then realizes that there was vomit on it, so he throws that away, takes off the elaborate Scovelin military coat, and then looks around for a minute, and then just starts wiping his face off on the interior so it doesn't look messy from the outside. All right, I'm ready. That's all right. Who's going first?
you are Barrowfield.
I am. Oh boy.
Yes. Don't you understand how this works? You get us the job, but you're also the person that everyone recognizes here. They won't know my face, thankfully, and Wireless, of course, has his alternate personality, and Arden is a master of being unseen. So
okay.
Should we make
just-
our way to a servant entrance, possibly?
Yes,
the one
I
nearby?
think that's a great idea. See, you're a servant, right? And I
I'm a
am a
guest.
guest who's been a little too into his cups, and not terribly hard to pretend to right now. And these two are my retinue.
Makes sense.
No.
No, okay.
Wireless just shrugs. I've done
Uh,
bodyguard before.
Lynthia
That's a good
obviously
point.
has a different demeanor now that she has the mask down. She's kind of pulled her cloak up and she looks very she's almost standing upright more than she normally does and stuff. So she seems like a different person. The
The
way
other thing, well, it's either that or you could be the person that made a bet that I was going to die, and you just want to see the bet through.
we could still arrange that, I suppose, couldn't we?
Right. Okay. Terrifying. Let's go.
Okay, I'll be with Exeter then, sort of acting as if I'm a servant escorting a guest back, basically.
To me, this sounds like some form of group role here that's going on.
It could very well be.
So, who's leading this? If I remember how this.
It depends on the role.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It
What are you
does.
attempting to do? Who's taking the lead?
I mean, if we're trying to present a subterfuge method of getting in, I'd almost say prowl, or maybe even like hunt or study or survey for finding a better, an unguarded way in. Prowl would probably be the one that I would think would be the closest to this.
Fair enough.
So I shouldn't lead.
Well, to be fair, I think the only thing that happens with who leads it is they get the stress for
Yeah.
everyone who fails it, and you take the highest roll from everyone in the group.
Yeah, so it's just whoever's in charge here takes the stress if this goes wrong.
They're
God,
guiding everyone, so
God damn it. Well, I don't have any prowl at all.
I have. I'm trying to remember now. How much stress does?
You take
Failure.
1 stress for each person who rolls a 1 to 3.
Oh, that's no problem. I'll do that.
Alright, so you're
I'll
leading them
lead.
through.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah.
I usually do for the prowls, to be fair.
Alright, lead the way. Everyone give me a prowl roll, please, as you slip through the gardens.
And I
towards
believe
the
if you
house.
don't have the skill, you roll twice and take the lowest.
You do indeedy. Yes.
I got a 4 on the prowl.
Yeah, I failed that. I rolled a 2.
I got
Okay.
a 6, so it's fine.
Remember how I said by dice we're going to start going the other way? Pair of twos.
Okay, so I
So-
believe that is a 6 overall, but 2 points of stress for Arden. As you kind of lead the way, but it's just the stress of knowing, that, hang on, where are they?
It happens every time. That's why I'm always stressed.
Yeah, it's stressful trying to lead this group through the darkness, but you make it through to the house, to the servants' entrance without being accosted. And you can see the steps leading down to a door that leads into the servants, the lower level of the house, servants' quarters.
I'm guessing in these sort of houses they have a lot of servant corridors that are just used by the servants to access different parts of the property to avoid bumping
Yeah.
into the guests or the people who run the house. Because, well,
I mean, one
Who wants
does
to
not
bump
want to be
into
tripping
staff?
over servants all over the place.
exactly. So, from the information on the map we've got, I'd probably prefer us to stick to the servant routes if possible. Those corridors, like those that aren't used that often, if that's possible anyway. And see if there's a way we can avoid all the areas that had all the extra work done to
Okay.
get to where the safe is. But
All right. Well,
that's
so
going
is
to
it,
be complicated.
yeah, as you open this door, you just walking in as a group. What's the plan here? What do you?
Oh, I think-
Yeah, towards the servants' entrance. Or servants' quarters, yeah.
Okay, so as you like enter the servants' quarters, and you can see it's quite a hustle and bustle of people. You see someone at the end of the corridor like hurry past with like a tray of like vol-au-vents. Someone else going, "We need more wine. They've emptied one table already. I need someone to find a mop. Someone's thrown up in the garden." And
Hi, sorry
Mistress
about
wants
that.
it cleaned up. You're supposed to be down here.
He's the one who had thrown up in the garden. I'm just escorting him back to the party because he got lost.
Don't you know who I am?
Things are is. So at this point, we'll just start moving.
Just stay away from the kitchen, please. Out. Don't go into the kitchen.
Yep.
Um,
I'm just going to sort of hustle him out as if I'm trying to get rid of him from this area. I'll just escort him out, basically. But
okay, you're trying to like.
give the impression I'm trying to shift him out of here, really.
And I basically like kind of pull away from him and lean on Wireless, who's supposed to be my security and is bigger, and that way it looks like he has a reason to be here, as well as Arden painstakingly leading us through. I
think this
try
is...
to draw as much attention away from everybody else, including Lynthia, just in case Lynthia does something terrifying that emotionally and psychologically scars anyone and everyone in the immediate area, because so far I'm kind of picking up that that's their thing.
Yeah. So you're trying to like essentially like bluff and hustle and like maneuver your way out of this up into like a servant's staircase to get upstairs, or
I guess Wireless will kind of drag him and looks at, as the wine's coming out, kind of like stares at the wine for a second before dragging him out.
Where's my guest bedroom? It's supposed to be up here. I'm supposed to have a bed in this fucking chateau. Where's my bed? Is it up there? Where's my bed?
Well, before I answer, I think this sounds like some other group activity here. We're doing some teamwork going down here.
Some sort of bluff.
Yeah, some sort of bluff.
I will lead that one.
Ooh.
Sounds like command almost.
Something that might.
I would say sway. Sway or, yeah.
Sway, commands, yeah.
Yep. I will go with sway. I guess other people are rolling too.
Yeah, everyone rolls. I'm just thinking whether synchronized would kick in at this point because we're doing a group action.
Yeah, if you get more than 1 6 in total, it counts as a critical success. Because you are known for being
sway.
very much in sync. And yeah, that's definitely your thing.
All right. Four.
Not bad.
3.
3? Could be better.
2.
2?
I got a 4 and a 6, but I've got to take the lowest because it's sway, isn't it? We're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I believe that's 2 points of stress for Exeter, and is that 4 as the highest?
Oh, I got a 4, yeah.
Okay, this could be worse.
Yeah, it's getting there.
As you manage to bustle your way up out of the kitchen, but in doing so, you have created a bit of a commotion, a bit of a stir.
I would like to engage a flashback. No, never mind. It's too late. The action's already happened. I can't reduce it with the flashback because the event's already happened.
Yeah, you can always reduce the effects of it or set up any other things. But
I took my stress. I'm gonna live with it. I've earned
So
it.
you're out of the kitchen. It's a stressful situation, but you are out. And up into you see
Oh, no.
the servant staircase connecting the floors of the house.
I think I'm going to throw up again. I don't see how you all manage to do this on a regular basis. I mean, it's thrilling, but it's at the same time it's terrifying.
This is
What
nothing.
Yes. What is
What?
so
It's not-
scary about
nothing.
this?
Oh, bother. All right. Well, according to my map, now that we're on the second floor, we should be a few hallways and a few doors away from the study. So, it's not where I'm great. I pull out my map and show them where the traps are indicated, and I think someone else should take point.
All right, so we got to go down a couple hallways.
Yeah, it's like two corridors. Two corridors, and then there should be the study.
Wireless isn't much good for just kind of walking out and hurting stuff. Well, I guess peer out into the corridors. Is there anybody there?
You peer out the first corridor. Nobody around. Looks to be empty.
Okay.
Around the second corridor, you can see the corridor is almost empty. You can see there is one guard standing watch. You can see dressed in sort of the same uniform that Arden would have seen in the guards patrolling and the guards at the gate. This smart uniform, and they're standing completely stock still outside the door to the office, door to the study.
I'll go back and kind of like whisper, one guard in front of the door.
I peer my head around and kind of take a peek. And that guard is not moving at all, right?
And not moving at all. In this distance, is standing completely stock still.
Am I seeing the rise and fall of breath? Or is this one of those awful statue things that we might have been warned about? Wireless, I think this is one of the statues we were warned about. Yes, be careful.
One of them. Okay.
We do have to be kind of careful about drawing attention. I don't want to have us go to war with a statue and then have everyone come running upstairs to investigate what's going on. I don't have any ideas.
So this thing, it looks like one of the guards.
It looks like, from where you're seeing it from the end of the corridor, it looks like one of the guards.
Okay. Any visible weapons on it?
Okay. Peer around again. You see it's got its arms just down by its side. No sign of any like gun belt or anything. No visible weapons from this distance now.
Well, I don't know. I was told these things have blades that shoot out of their arms. So, I mean, I can distract it.
I've got an idea, but I don't know how it would work out. I'm just wondering if we could, because it's not moving, if we could get it to lose power. I'm guessing it's powered by, well, the ectoplasm or perhaps the ghost. I'm just wondering if there's a way we could get the ghost out of the machine as such, and just leave the statue there.
The condensed spirit stone that these machines typically use is not easy to get to if they're built properly, it doesn't do you any good to have your enemies be able to walk up and just pluck the stone out. So not to disparage your idea, Arden.
They'll notice it if it's not there, so we want it to stay there, but we want to be able to get past. But if we can find a way to power it down. But
I look through my blueprints to see if I can spot any irregularities in the floor layout. Maybe there's a section of wall that looks like it doesn't exactly match up with where the other room should be. That might be a hidden way into the room.
Okay. Ooh. Is there a hidden passage?
might be worth seeing if there's like just a thin wall.
Maybe a fortune roll here. Roll me 1d6. Let's see if anything useful marked on your plans here. If I hold over from Cthulhu, I'm too much of a fan of luck.
You can't spend stress for an extra die, I believe. But may I suggest a devil's bargain?
Oh, yes, yes.
So the devil's bargain is we find a secret door, but it immediately starts a clock as the alarm, the silent alarm trips on the halls.
Yeah. Okay, so
okay.
Yeah. Give me an extra roll. Yeah, no, that sounds...
That'll make it fun, right, guys? It's a good time.
You're assuming there's not already a silent... I mean, what?
Okay, a 5 and a 1. I'm going to go with the 5.
Okay, so, yeah, you put over the plans. Hang on. Where that painting is, where that bit of the wall is, that doesn't line up. Doesn't quite line up right. There must be another way in. It's like a beautiful full-height painting of the lady of the house.
So at that point, immediately without thinking, 'cause stupid, Exeter kind of springs towards the painting and pushes on it to do the swiveling painting thing, and that's when the low vibration of the alarm starts going off. Oh no.
You hear it more as like, less of an alarm, more of like a ticking sound.
Hurry, we're gonna die! And he jumps into the room.
Wireless will kind of go out, jump in, like, what's that noise?
I'll just follow.
Pretty sure I just tripped an alarm. I was so very excited and I'm sorry. We have to be quick.
Yeah, you've got a side entrance into the study.
Okay.
Oh, go!
You can see beautiful
Everything
polished
happens
desks, bookshelves, a painting of Duskfall hanging behind the desk on the wall. A Zoom quit unexpectedly but came back. Everything's still good?
Yeah.
Alright.
Mad dash to rifle through desks. Maybe there's a hidden drawer in one of them, probably knowing my luck. Somebody start grabbing things that are worth money and the rest of us will go search for the ledger.
Okay, so you're rifling through desks. What's everyone else doing?
I'm going to have a look to see if we can find the wall safe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to go down the passage and look.
Grab anything valuable on the way whilst I'm searching.
So you're through into the study. So Arden's looking for the wall safe. Exeter's rummaging. Wireless.
You know, Wireless will stand closer to where we entered. He'll pull out blade. He'll be like the rear guard almost.
Alright, you're standing guard. Olynthiya?
Olynthiya is going to attempt to create a distraction. She has something she would like to try.
Okay.
So Lynthia is actually going to go back out into the hallway, and she's going to go towards the statue person thing. She has a vial of the goo stuff from the spirit fountain, and she is going to kind of pour it onto its head if it doesn't activate as soon as she gets within range of it.
Okay. Unfortunately for Lynthia, it does. As soon as you get within like 10 feet or so of this thing, you see as its head like swivels round on its neck. There's a as these two blades come sliding down from its arms.
So Lynthia actually is going to, she's got the vial in her hand. Since it's moving, she's going to actually kind of start pouring it on the floor as she kind of starts running back the way she came.
Okay, so you are, what are you attempting to do here? What's your aim?
I'm trying to create the story that this servitor has maybe become possessed or some such and has gone out of control, because I, the Great Seven Eyes, was hunting this spirit, and it...
Okay, so in a more intermediate thing, you're trying to...
I'm just trying to create a distraction. If anybody comes upstairs, that there's a reason why there is a strange individual with a spirit mask on in their hallway, so...
Okay, so this thing turns and comes charging after you with uncanny speed. Meanwhile, in the office, Exeter, like, stuffing your pockets with various items, like rummaging your way through the desk.
Yeah, he's literally just, to him, the only thing that matters is the ledger, so he's just shoving papers away and pulling drawers out trying to find it, because he knows that they're about to get caught as far as he's concerned, and he knows what happens when people go to jail because he's a lawyer, and he knows he wouldn't do well in jail.
So there's a flurry of papers being knocked off the desk as you go rummaging through for this ledger. Meanwhile,
I'm not going to do well in prison. I can't go to prison. I'm terrible in prison. I'm not going to survive prison. I'm too soft. I'm too lily. I'm too smooth.
Meanwhile, Arden, you've got this. You know for the plans where there's a wall safe hidden behind this painting. So as you move the painting aside, you can see embedded in the wall this safe with a fancy SparkTech combination dial.
No problem. If I were to try and get access to the safe, I'm guessing it would take Tinker.
Tinker or Finesse for different effect?
What would be the different effect? Because I get two dice with Finesse. So.
I'd say Finesse is less effective than the Tinker. If you succeed on a Tinker, it'll be more effective at getting it opened, like by sussing out the mechanism probably, whereas Finesse is more like
forcing it.
Finessing your way around having to actually deal with it. That's my interpretation, maybe. Feel free to disagree and present alternative cases.
It's I'll just push my luck, I suppose, and go with Tinker for the one dice instead of Finesse.
Okay.
I will throw a flashback.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
So the flashback was after seeing the we were doing the accounting ledgers, seeing who the bill was picked up by. Exeter did research on the most common 5 combinations to these safes based on customer reviews, and was able to give him some options as to what those combinations might be.
Okay, yeah. So you've done your research. Ooh. For this, I think I'm going to be... I'm going to ask you to make me a roll here, basically. You'll get something anyway, but the quality of the bonus here will come down to how well your research went on these combinations.
The thing was, I've rolled the 1 dice and got a 6, so does that affect this?
Yes. Flashback already happened.
That's okay.
We'll keep the 6.
Keep the 6.
So we're gonna call this. I guess it would be.
I'll say given
Study.
Yeah, give me a study. Let's see.
Okay.
It might be an
It'd be
extra
study
bonus
or
here.
survey, but I think study makes more sense for what he was doing. Right. That is a 5 and a 1. I'm going to take the 5.
Yes. So take 1 point of stress, but yeah, you.
I
Arden
take
doesn't-
no points of stress
No.
for that. I'm using
Yeah.
one of my.
You don't. Nothing stressful about this at all.
I have, I
that's
have too
normal.
much stress. I'm just gonna burn it. Yeah.
So Arden, you had a bonus die. You might have got a 6. Another 6.
Well, if you roll the other one and it comes up a 6, you do really well.
Yeah.
Okay, the bonus dice was a 1.
But yes,
I tried.
click. You just about managed to get this safe open as Wireless, you're standing guard. What you see standing guard is Lynthia being pursued by a blade-armed guard.
Yeah, as soon as Lynthia went out in the hallway, Wireless would have followed, and as soon as this thing starts going Lynthia, I would have ran up to Lynthia and like kind of shoved her behind me. And here's Wireless' stupid thing. He's gonna stand there. He's gonna pull out the new weapon he's bringing. It's like I don't know if it'll work on it. It's like a sword breaker. So they're made to disarm people.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work on these, but he'll pull that out and he'll just stand there trying to. This thing comes. He's gonna try and stop it, or at least more protect Lynthia so she can get away.
Okay, so you're going toe to toe with this thing.
We'll see.
Give us
I have
a
some-
roll.
I do have some
Lester.
armor on.
Badass.
This is
So-
going to be risky.
Yeah. I'm gonna
To begin
skirmish
with.
and I'm gonna push myself.
Okay, push. So yeah, take
Smart.
2 stress for that.
Two 5s. All right.
Okay, so you managed. So your aim here is sort of to stop this thing getting to Lynthia. Is this your
Yeah,
main
what it
aim?
wants when this thing comes in, I want to take that sword breaker and try and catch the thing's blade, and if possible, like disarm it, or if not, just kind of like stop that one blade.
I'll say, yeah, you succeed as you catches this blade as the other one swipes around, and well, depending on whether you want to try and resist it, you will take a level 2 harm here.
I'm gonna use one use of my armor.
Yeah. So
right.
that's armor. Yeah, catches against your armor as this thing swipes around with its blade, but you've caught its other blade and it's kind of locked in position now.
And I turn back to Lynthia and says, "Go!"
Lynthia is actually going to pull out her fine lightning hook again, and she is going to try and come around the side of Wireless and catch the other arm that is not caught in the sword catcher thing.
All right, let's give me a roll. I'm going to give you a bonus on this because it's already locked in place with Wireless. It's risky though.
Yeah, so I should probably roll skirmish.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Okay, I'm also going to press myself, gain 2 stress because I don't have any dots in this. So
Okay.
that gives me a bonus die, correct? Yeah.
Yes, so that brings you.
So
I think it gives you the
how
one
many dice am I
die.
rolling? I rolled 2 dice because I don't have any dots in it. I
So-
push myself.
So
You get
push
one
us-
die.
And I gave you a bonus, so you roll 2 dice total here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. 6 and a 4.
Yeah, you catch the other blade. This thing is now like one blade caught on Wireless's like sword breaker, one blade caught in the fine lightning hook. This thing like pinned between the two of you. How long you'll be able to keep it pinned, you don't know. But you've got it for now. Meanwhile, Arden's got into the safe and Exeter sort of rummaging through these drawers, you see
Auden,
it.
Auden, we're gonna get caught. This is terrible. We're gonna get caught. We're all gonna die. I hope they're okay. But really, as long as we both make it out of here, that's no. We're all gonna die. This is terrible. We're going to jail. Oh no.
But you see, as you're throwing these papers, a ledger, leather bound, very official looking.
Does it say past crimes on the cover?
No, can't be the right one.
Damn it!
There's totally legitimate business ledger. No
Well,
crime in here.
He flips open totally legitimate business to suss out whether this is the one he's looking for.
That should bring us back.
Yay!
I apologise for the interruption to that. The killer robots were just too much. But we have returned now. Where were we? Oh yes. This the hole with one of its blade arms trapped in Wireless's sword breaker, the other of its blade arms caught in Lynthia's ghost hook. Lightning hook, that's what you call it. Exeter has the totally legitimate business ledger in his hands, and Arden has opened the safe. You can see inside the safe looks to be several stacks of cash and a big, like, some kind of leather folder of documents.
Okay, I shall grab the documents and pass them to Exeter because, well, it's paperwork. To be fair, you probably have a better idea of it than myself. And I suspect those documents are going to be worth more than the money in here, so that's why I'm grabbing those as well. I'll pass those to Exeter, but I'll grab as much of the money as I can, really, out of them, because I'm assuming they'll be bagged up, not loose, or...
I don't know the currency here. I'm thinking some of this is banknotes, essentially. This is
easy enough to...
big amounts of money, but yeah, also some coinage as well. You can stuff your pockets.
I went with a light load, so plenty of space, really. I hope.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Were there any jewels in the safe?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a little, you know, one of those little velvet bags.
So before he even can stop himself from doing it, like without realizing he's doing it, he grabs a quill and ink off the desk that hasn't somehow been knocked over, and just grabs a piece of paper and just quickly writes out, if you're looking for the jewels that were paid for by the blood of innocent Scovlanders, they're gone. And he puts it in the safe and shuts it.
All right, so the safe.
Okay, we can go now. I believe
Sure.
this is a good time.
Yeah, time to make our exit. We've got the money and we've got the ledger, so let's go. And I'm guessing the first thing we see out the door is
this. So as this thing, it's pushing against the thing. This thing is strong, and it's like, and then it kind of cocks its head to one side, and there's a shh as the blades withdraw back into its arms, freeing itself from being trapped.
Friends, we have the what's the word? We have the swag. Let's get out of here. He looks around for a second. Window. We could jump out a window. We should go right now.
no. So the hole's sort of freed its weapons now.
Yeah. Well, because it had these two blades that emerged from its arms that they made a trap, but now it just retracted its blades.
But are the arms trapped?
It's the blades themselves that were caught, as it's now.
Completely free.
It hasn't currently got knife hands, So that's
Yeah.
a bonus.
It was. I was hoping it'd stay trapped a bit longer because I was hoping to try and use Tinker to switch it off, basically. But
Hey, you can still try and grab it, try and hold it if you want.
yeah, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna give it a quick visual check to see if there's any way I can work. Just a quick check without getting too close because I really don't want to fight that thing.
I mean,
Ocular pat down.
you're
Here we
not
go.
really gonna be able to do anything to it without getting close. Like, I'm gonna say the risk, the effect of any kind of, I don't know, look, you can maybe I guess survey it really, or study it. I think that whichever you,
I've got survey, so
Yeah. I mean, that seems right. Spot a weakness, all that malarkey.
I'm rolling well. I got a 5.
Okay, so you see, as it draws back, you can see where the attack by light. You can see like its uniform's ripped. You can see like seems to have like perhaps some kind of inner workings, and super secret hatch down the center.
Yeah, so I can see like a central point where or any wires or anything's coming out of, sort of thing.
Yeah, where like that's perhaps where its innermost workings are. If you like sparks flicker off this thing.
Well,
But as you do so, it sort of raises its fist round and it comes swinging round towards Wireless.
oh.
This inhuman speed and strength. What is everyone doing in this moment? Are you trying to...
I'm just going to tell them really quickly. Just pin it down, I can switch it off.
All right. So as he says that, Wireless, he's gonna take the punch, but like as it does that, try and like just hold it and pin it. Like I'll take the punch, but like I'll then use the sword breaker and try and like just catch its arm and try and shove it like on the ground to pin it.
As a quick note, these things do hit like a hydraulic ram, so not to get into the meta plot too much, but if the hull hits you, it is like getting hit by the hull of a ship. It's just I know Wireless is like King Badass. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Let's say, I'll say, give me a roll and we'll see how this plays out with how much. You will be taking some damage here.
Is it skirmish?
Can be, yeah.
Okay, 5.
Okay, so you catch this thing, you bring it down to the ground as this fist rams into you with, well, depending on how you're going to try and resist this, I think this is going to be, get my hound levels. Am I mean or moderately mean? I mean, level 3, like this thing packs a punch unless you've got like
My tough as nails brings it down to 2.
Hey.
And then no, I can't use the armor anymore. I mean, I'll try resist and see if I can drop it down to 1.
Worth a try.
So I take 6 and I roll 1 die, right? Yeah. Okay, I rolled a 4.
So 2 points of stress.
2 more points.
Some minor damage as this thing clips you with its fist.
Yep.
You've got it
Bruised.
down on the ground. For now.
I'll put bruised for my
That seems appropriate.
level 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Whew, that worked.
As soon as he drops it, I'm just going to start to access the power supply, see if I can remove it.
Okay, give me a tinker. This is I think
Another 5.
Oh, Wireless, by the way, you can mark that off as a desperate action, I'm going to say. That's
Oh, yes.
This one.
That was dangerous.
This is also a desperate action here, I feel. Like, you're trying to tinker with an active hull that is only temporarily
Yeah.
incapacitated.
Yeah, I got a 5 with that. Luckily, I've got Tinker, so.
Okay, so 5, you. What's a good complication here for this?
Oh,
I'm gonna say you get it open. You can see the source as this thing surges up, like, and like you getting your hand on it as it other fist swings round to you. You're gonna take
Ouch.
that's level 2 damage here. It's more of its desperate defense, but
yeah, that's okay. Now I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna resist that roll. But as to how is the question? I've gone with a light load. I think just working out how much armor is. I think armor counts as 2, doesn't it? So that would put me over my limit.
yeah.
Nope, I'll just roll and reduce it and hope for the best. So would, I don't know, prowess do? Or,
Yes.
yeah, trying to finesse, like dodge out of the way, basically. Okay, so what would I roll?
That is, so you have how many points in?
Yeah, so it'd be 6
Alright.
stress minus your d6 that you roll. Or
Yeah.
minus whatever your prowess rating is, you would just take the best and remove that from a d6.
Yeah, so that's a 2.
What
Your
was that
best
again,
prowess,
sorry?
I think you've got 2 dice. Is your best prowess one?
Yeah,
It's a while since we got into a fist fight.
yeah. So what do? Just roll the 2 and
Yeah. If I remember
we're
you
gaining
correctly.
stress. That's
Yes.
it.
So you're gaining 6 stress minus.
Okay, I got a 4 and a 2. So
Okay, so that's 2 points of stress.
I could have started this evening.
So, yeah.
Up to 6 again, but that'll only reduce the harm. I'm guessing it won't.
Yeah, that reduces it down to a level
2.
1 level of harm.
To 1, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you've got access to
Boost as well.
As Arden and Wireless like wrestle with this thing, Exeter and Lynthia.
If Arden has the hatch open, Lynthia, if he doesn't pull the crystal out, then Lynthia will try to pull the crystal out. So
Okay, so it's more you can see this mess of like mechanics and like you're just trying to like wreck the interior. Like you can see like this little like generate like essentially it's electrical here. You've got like little electroplasmic storages, wires weaving through. This is an electrically powered ghostly machine.
okay. Well, I mean, Lynthia will just basically grab as much as she can with like both hands and just try and pull. So
Okay, you just I think this, I mean, unless you have a better option, sounds like a wreck.
that's
Unless-
fine. I don't have any dots, so let's hope I roll well. Rolled a 6 and a 2.
That's 2.
So I rolled a 2.
So yeah. This is a risky action. I'll say your hands on this, the energy like arcs back up through you. This electrical burns like lithograph patterns up your arms, like as you take the force of this thing's power running through you. With a 2, I'm going to say unless you resist, this is going to be a level 3 harm. These things are not toys.
No, that's fine. Since I took a heavy load out, would any of my armor like suck some of the damage off of this, or no?
I'll say I mean you play around with ghostly electric nonsense, so I mean perhaps
Because I mean, I'll roll to reduce this with the stress, like the 6 and reduce or whatever. Also, so
I'm gonna say I
I
don't
just-
think. Yeah, I don't think. if it was against the blades, I think the armor would work, but I don't think against sticking your hand into an electrical socket.
Perfectly fine. Okay, so I just need it. So if I try to, so if I'm resisting, I just take 6 stress and I roll a d6, and then I'm taking that much plus I take the harm level 3 still.
You'll take, so if you succeed, you'll reduce the harm down to level 2.
Okay.
That's what you're doing here.
Just a quick question: would the presence of a spirit vein charm have helped with that electrical shock?
No.
I
Not in
rolled
this
a
case.
4,
Not in this
so
case.
2 stress.
2 stress and level 2
Level 2.
harm as this thing like you see its eyes like flickering as it like, struggles against the floor. It's not down. It's still moving. It's still going. What are you doing, guys?
So for my action, I'll be calling for a story-based flashback, not a plot-based flashback later, because I want to change what was written on the note, because I'm a criminal and I want to leave a calling card that's proper. So instead, what he's going to do is, luckily, in his preparations, he realized which window was above the servants' area where the laundry is done. And even though most of the laundry has been pulled inside because of the party, there was still a giant bunch of servants' laundry outside one of the windows. So he's going to yell out, everyone, we must be going, we must stick to the plan. And he starts running at that window. And in fear and terror of the hull and everything, he is going to leap out the window towards the fluffy laundry below, and hopes to God everybody else does that too.
All right.
He's going to take harm from this.
Yeah.
I am ready for this. I am excited for this.
Jumping out a window. I mean.
Onto a comfy, fluffy surface.
Onto a comfy, fluffy surface.
And it's only one floor. It's only second floor. So.
Hang on. This is a very important distinction. How do the people in Dustfall count their floors?
One at a time, just like everybody else.
Because you're 2 stories up on the second floor.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I would say
some
it would be
places
the
it's
second
ground floor, first floor, second floor.
Exactly.
So is he on? So were we on the first or the second floor when we found the safe?
Second. So ground floor, first floor, second floor.
Oh God, I'm gonna die. So let's do something else instead.
There's always the option of climbing gear.
Yeah, I guess I could do.
If you've got climbing gear, you can always rappel down. I'll say level 2 harm for jumping out. It's got a soft landing.
Okay, my character is unintentionally brilliant. However, if I do something brilliant here, it's going to undermine what I'm trying to do with the character. So the character, in a fit of fear and scariness, is going to jump out the window, and I will attempt to mitigate it through
Yeah, just dive from cover out the window. Yeah.
And he will probably scream on the way down like a little girl, even though he knows this is supposed to be a stealth op. The stealth op is already gone. They're fighting a hull, a screaming metal ghost beast in a hallway. Alarms are going off. The time for subtlety is gone. Let's just get out.
I'm gonna say by this point, you have taken around. You can start to hear the sound of running feet across this floor. Like,
and they're gonna know. And the cool
gone.
thing is this is gonna mark which window they need to leave from. So now they'll see it and they'll know that it's the one with the giant hole in it that used to be their spider.
Yes,
So yeah, let's mark off more stress. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we're gonna be at 6 minus. So 6 minus 2 is 4 points of stress.
This is a very stressful activity. Okay,
Oh,
you
God.
ledger in hand, dive from the window.
Oh, I got two left.
But yeah, you're out. The rest of you injured.
So, let's say level 1 harm, twisted ankle.
Yeah, that sounds right. You hear as you hit the ground, not quite as smoothly as you'd like. Like in Scotland, they count the floors differently. But back up in the corridor, you hear the sound of running feet around the corner.
Time to run.
And
So,
Wireless will run also. Wireless will like grab Lynthia and jump out the window.
I'll be running there, but I'll be trying to use my light climbing gear and pretty much to slow my descent. I'm not going to jump straight out.
Yeah, if you're using climbing gear, essentially you can just rappel down.
Then I
Out of
want to.
here.
It'll be my stuff I use as a lurk anyway. The light climbing gear, so I'll try and unhook it once I land to get it back again.
And Wireless just jumped.
I mean, I'd say Wireless can grab Lynthia if Lynthia
It depends what
sense
Lynthia.
to. However, Lynthia may have other ideas in
Yeah.
mind, and I, as a spectator and player, am curious to
guess
see
my
what
question
Lynthia
is,
comes
Lynthia,
up with.
As Wireless goes to grab you, what are you doing here?
I mean, if the people running aren't there yet, I guess I can't stop
They're
him.
just
But
about to come around the corner.
I have climbing gear, but if I hear the footsteps, I wanted just to start yelling for the yelling that the owner of the house has an out of control servitor or something, is in that I'd been hunting a ghost and had possessed this servitor. So
Give me a roll if the guards come running around the corner.
okay,
I could see that working too as part of the escape, because if Lynthia is convincing enough, they'll stop and target the hull first instead of us, the people who are running away. So it's actually a pretty solid add-on.
I've
5.
I figure it's command because Lynthia is very authoritative right now. So
Oh, so 5 is so the guards halt, and I'll say the complication here is you are kind of now stuck here, sort of explaining yourself under your facade of being like this
that's perfectly fine.
ghost hunter. So as the others exit via window with great speed, Lynthia remains behind. Wireless, roll me some window jumping harm. Well, roll me.
He was just gonna.
If you choose to resist, unless.
No, he's just gonna. He'll take it.
Well, it's 2 reduced down to 1, so
Down 1. Yep.
like more bruises. If you like a scrape down your elbow as you against the stone
Battered.
pavers of the courtyard below.
That's my 2 level 1s. Bruised and battered.
Bruised and battered. As the commotion, the guards turn their attention on this hull. As Lynthia sort of keeps up this facade. As the rest of you, what's your escape plan here? Are you heading back to the cistern, or are you?
I think system's probably the best way.
Yeah, the plan still needs to be followed, even though there have been some variations that were introduced to it. So it's running back to the cistern, doing his level best not to audibly yelp every time he takes a step on his ankle. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Right. So yeah, as you your way back to the cistern, and heading out, carrying. So you've got the ledger, you've got things from the safe. Back up in corridors, the guards are sort of commotion going on with the hull and these guards. Around the corner sweeps this elegantly dressed woman like sweeping around with urgency, like looks up and down, surveys the scene, and goes, "Power down. What on earth is going on here? Who are you?
Lynthia.
What are you doing in my house?
Lynthia is going to
Guards,
do
why
her
is there a broken window?"
best to do a regal bow to this individual and good evening. I am Seven Eyes. I am a spirit warden who travels. I have been hunting a possessor ghost that had worked its way onto your grounds. There is ghostly residue back there. When I had started cornering it, your robot came to life. Unfortunately, the possessor ghost corrupted it and fell upon me. I did my best to try and ward it off, but...
And why is the door to my study open, and why is there a broken window?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have been searching for this possessor ghost for a long time, and it followed one of your guests in here. I had been tracking it down the streets.
What did you say your name was again?
You may call me Seven Eyes.
And you're a spirit warden, are you?
Partially. I belong to a sect of the spirit wardens who travel. We don't have a city that we call home.
He kind of looks you over up and down. Meanwhile, like her other guards have like, you see the one peering out the window. You hear a shout of, "There's people! Doing a runaway thing." Go after them.
Let's go.
Lynthia is actually going to rush over to the window, and she is going to yell out, "Curse you!" And she's going to turn back to the person. Your incompetence in this matter has slowed me down. The possessor ghost has escaped those individuals running across your manicured lawn.
I'm giving you a bonus die to whatever the hell it is you're trying to do here.
I'm trying to like command to show like the command, like the straight up like authority of like a spirit warden, trying to channel that.
Yeah, there's a limited effect what you're trying to do here, because she is this is sort of...
So Lynthia is trying to give an excuse for why there are individuals running across her lawn, but also tie it into the whole like the ghost thing. So yeah. That's her plan. That or they're gonna cut her down, whatever. So 5, 2, and a 1, so I guess it's a 5.
5. Okay. 7 eyes, I see. Well, I apologize for my guards' incompetence. They will all be summarily fired. But I wish a full report from the spirit wardens as how this possessor ghost ended up on my grounds during a gala of all evenings.
I will make sure that you get a report tomorrow. But I have to, if you don't mind escorting me back downstairs, I would like to go after the ghost in question.
Yes.
Is that a problem, or do you wish to also impede my hunt?
No, I have no need. I will. I'm sure. I trust you will follow up with this tomorrow.
Of course. Do you request me to bring the report to you personally, or would you like a messenger sending it?
I would not dream of daring to offer commands to the spirit wardens. So whatever is your normal procedure given these circumstances.
I'm giving you a once in a lifetime opportunity then to, if you so wish, you can tell me to bring it myself.
If you wish to, yes.
I will see myself back in then at that time at some time tomorrow. Have one of your incompetent guards show me out so I may continue my hunt.
All right. She gives a curt nod and then goes to survey. As the guard starts leading you downstairs, she steps into her office, and you've got about sort of halfway down the stairs, and you hear like more shouting coming from upstairs. But unless you choose to linger.
No, Lynthia is going
Yeah.
to not like
Yes,
running, but
Exeter?
she is going to do it at a brisk pace, as it were.
So I amended the note, which I put in chat.
Yes.
The letter just says war crimes and then it actually lists the complete legal definition of what a war crime is. Like complete legal definition with mandatory sentencing. And afterwards it says, your case has been reviewed and judged. Regards, the solicitor.
Ooh. But, yeah,
Because
so
I
you're
read a book and criminals leave calling cards.
angry shouting from upstairs, but as the rest of you flee back down to the sewers, as Lynthia's ruse allows her to escape.
There is one little thing I want to ask beforehand.
Yes?
As we're fleeing towards the cistern as such to make our escape, do we pass near the fountain?
Yes.
What are the chances that we'd be able to get some spirit wine into said fountain as we leave, just to
Slim!
Slim.
You're being pursued by a large number of guards.
It's true.
But, you can toss them in there as you pass.
Yeah, just an open bottle to see. What the hell? I mean, it'll make it fun.
It just goes flying off. You see this shatter in the background. Spirit wine pours into the fountain as you flee down into the sewers with your loot, with your score, and so another dramatic exit for the Obsidian Syndicate, and a successful score, a rewarding payoff. But I am going to say now, I haven't run the calculations, that there is some heat gathered from this one. You have definitely an enemy here, up in right there.
At least the one.
Right, so-
All of the heat.
Yes,
So
Patrice
much heat.
Garamond you have as a direct enemy. You have also, potentially here and now today, got yourselves on the radar of one of the most secretive and dangerous groups in the city. Because one does not simply impersonate a spirit warden and get away with it. So we
I'm
will
so excited.
find out in the future how the syndicate deals with their newfound person. To keep him? They have to keep him? I guess he lives
Of
there now.
course they're gonna keep him.
Keep him.
He's
What goes down in the night market as they how things are going on their turf, and how they deal with their new influx of dangerous and powerful enemies. And we will be back with more of the Blades in the Dark, I believe at some point in August, if I'm getting my months right, after the next block of the London Esoteric Society, which I only have so many. I'd love to play this game every week, but alas, there is only one Saturday each week. But there are more exciting things coming up even before more Blades in the Dark, because we have a double bill tonight, and I believe it's 3 hours from now, more or less. I'm looking to the man here who should know 2 hours.
So
2 hours from now.
Yes,
just 2 hours.
Neon Rain is in 2 hours. It is the 1984 Mage the Ascension second edition game, which I am blessed enough to be part of as well. I'll be doing double duty. So more chaos. And thank you for the shout out.
From session 1, it is a lot of fun and it makes me want to play mage. And then tomorrow, I believe it's back to the world of vampires and how things are going in Chicago. And then, for the life of me, I cannot remember the schedule for the rest of the week because I usually have Moira to do this bit for me, but I didn't delegate.
I'm trying to think. I know soon there's supposed to be like werewolf starting. Mama McStabber is going to be running what is it, Destroy a Beautiful Thing or something it's called, but I don't think that's this week.
Yeah. We can only handle so much awesome. There's mage and there's vampire.
I was gonna say if you join the Discord, all the shows get cast from there, but also this upcoming Saturday, so next Saturday, I don't think there's any games being run on Saturday except for Neon Rain, but there is going to be Shanky's most favorite thing, and that is, what is it, Blood on the Clock Tower at noon, I think, EST or something like that. It's being run at a time that is very specific to allow the European members of the community to enjoy the game as well as people who live in like the US and Canada and stuff like that.
And if you're on the Discord, you will have heard about this game. If you're on the Discord,
you will have mentioned it.
It would have been mentioned. It is not streamed.
The game will not be streamed. It's just for fun. It's a community building kind of hangout. Have fun with your fellow, Discordians.
Make some friends and try and murder them. I think that's the gist of it.
I think so.
Other than the Discord, there's, if you want to catch up on past episodes, I think there's the YouTubes for both McStabber Studios and for which I think was where this will go when we've worked out what the mess of whatever's happened to the files for this one. And then for Call of Cthulhu over on what was the Ishfel YouTube. And as ever, if you want to subscribe. If you want to follow. If you don't, we promise not to hunt you down. And I think that concludes everything. I'll see you in, it's like 3 weeks' time. Call of Cthulhu will be back with more spooky London nonsense and sea cults, and we'll find out if Maxwell ever got off his boat or if he was carried out to sea and got eaten. But yeah, in the meantime, I think it's good night from us, and I will leave you with a marvellous temptation to come back in a couple of hours. So, good night.
Good night.